3, 2, 1. Go. Triggering trouble. How over-controlling the trigger with shoulder costs you precious points. Every shooter has lived this moment. You're perfectly aligned, sights steady, breath controlled, trigger finger ready. But then, your shoulder sneaks in. Instead of a clean finger press, your entire upper body gets involved, jerking the shot ever so slightly. Grimace. The result? That beautiful inner 10 you were about to own suddenly drifts into a frustrating 9, or worse. If you've ever wondered, why did my shot jump when my aim was fine, this post will give you clarity. Over-controlling the trigger with the shoulder is a process-related error that often has physique and psychological elements mixed in. Process-related. Shooters' biomechanics shift, involving larger muscles, shoulder, chest, scapula, in what should be a finger-only action. Physique-related. Weak scapular stability, tense trapezius, or poor posture can cause shoulder dominance. Psychological. Fear of missing leads to subconscious overhold. When trying to force the shot, the shoulder jumps in. In simple words, instead of your finger pressing, your shoulder pushes. Effects on performance. Technical impact. Shots land off center, often dragging towards the side of shoulder dominance. Grouping widens. Instead of tight 10s, you see scattered 9s. Rhythm breaks. Trigger timing gets delayed, leading to fatigue. Quantification. In a 60-shot match, even a consistent 1 to 2 mm lateral deviation can cost 6 to 10 points. Elite shooters may drop from a 10.7 average to a 10.3, massive at world-class level. Psychological impact. During match, anxiety rises and shooter feels, why can't I release smoothly? Mental loop. Overthinking triggers the mind and shooter overuses shoulder, due to which frustration builds. Long-term, confidence drops, self-doubt grows, performance plateaus. This cycle leads many shooters to train harder but not smarter, worsening the issue. Biomechanics and anatomy insight. The shoulder isn't designed for micro-actions like pressing a trigger. Correct muscles. Finger flexors, small forearm stabilizers. Wrong muscles. Deltoid, trapezius, pecs, too big, too forceful. When these big movers enter the picture, they disturb the fine balance of the rifle or pistol, jerking the sights offline. Think of it like using a bulldozer to press a doorbell. Breathing and trigger interaction. A common reason for shoulder takeover? Forcing the shot during breath pause. Shooters freeze their breath too long, leading to muscles stiffening, in which shoulder unconsciously helps. Correct fix. If breath pause extends beyond 7 to 8 seconds, abort the shot and reset. Identification on scat trace. Observable signs. Micro jerks in horizontal plane just before shot release. Trace line, pulling left or right during trigger phase instead of staying steady. Distinguishing factors. Unlike natural hold sway, slow figure 8, this jerk is sharp and timed with trigger break. Often repeatable on multiple shots, showing clear shoulder involvement. Deep scat, Knopftel layer. A shoulder-dominated shot shows a hook-shaped break rather than a smooth vertical drop. Time to shot analysis often reveals overholding with higher chance of shoulder tension. Comparing clean trigger trace versus shoulder trace gives immediate awareness. Remedies and corrections. Physical fixes. Relax trapezius and scapula before series, shoulder shrugs, stretches. Ensure rifle, pistol is properly balanced, no excess forward load. Adjust butt plate and grip so weight distribution doesn't force shoulder tension. Equipment nuances. Trigger weight, too heavy and shoulder kicks in. Grip angle, wrong angle forces shoulder compensation. Butt plate, too high or too low and shoulder stiffens unconsciously. Technical corrections. Scat, Knopftel analysis focusing on trigger phase. Dry fire with attention to zero shoulder movement. Use trigger wall drills. Hold until surprise break occurs. Mental remedies. Self-talk, fingerworks, shoulder rests. Visualization of smooth trigger flow. Reset routines. If shoulder tenses, abort shot and restart. Mindfulness tools. Quiet shoulder mantra before each shot. EMG or vibration sensors can be used in advanced training to catch unwanted activation. Progressive drills and workouts. Basic, home, wall dry fire and focus on finger isolation. Elastic band pulls to relax shoulders. Intermediate, range, 5-shot trigger focus series and scat trace review. Shot release within 7 seconds rule to avoid shoulder buildup. Advanced, match sim, pressure drills. Simulate finals timing, but with deliberate finger-only focus. Blind shooting with audio scat feedback. Progression ladder. Awareness, mirror work, video feedback. Isolation, finger-only dry fire with band resistance. Integration, dry fire with scat. Competition simulation, finals drills with time. Physical training, shoulder stability, plank variations, band pull-aparts, light dumbbell external rotations. Coordination, balance board shooting holds. Flexibility, pec stretches, trapezius release, serratus strengthening. Mental training, breathing ladders, inhale-exhale with trigger prep. Journaling trigger feedback after every session. With tight clothing rules, post-ISSF changes, less support comes from jacket, trouser. This increases reliance on body stability, making shoulder errors more visible. Time rules in finals. Quick shot execution means less chance to overhold. Shooters prone to shoulder triggering often panic under this, worsening the error. Trigger weight checks. ISSF requires minimum trigger weight. Heavier triggers amplify shoulder use, so correct adjustment is critical. A national-level rifle shooter in finals averaged 10.4 in training, but dropped to 9.9 under pressure. Scat showed lateral jumps at trigger break. On analysis, shoulder was helping the finger press. After 3 weeks of trigger isolation drills plus relaxation routines, his average rose back to 10.5, with 60 shot stability restored. On scat, the jerky lateral pull vanished, replaced by smoother, central traces. Another beginner case. A 14-year-old shooter constantly dragged shots to the left. The issue wasn't sights, it was shoulder pressing in. With mirror feedback and elastic band training, within a month his groups tightened from the 9-ring into solid 10-ring clusters. One of my mentors used to say, "The trigger is like a whisper. If the whole body speaks, the message is lost." Over-controlling with your shoulder is your body trying to shout, when all it needed was a gentle press. Have you ever caught yourself pushing with the shoulder, instead of pressing with the finger? What worked for you to overcome it? If this video gave you clarity, like and share it with your shooter friends who might also be silently fighting this problem. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Horizon Shooting Sports, for more such detailed and practical videos. Contact me directly for mental training, shooting coaching, and world-class customized shooting accessories that can elevate your performance.